This is the Iowa Weather Report for Wednesday, January 13th, 2016, and now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at noon today. We have the big vortex over the eastern part of Canada, flow coming out of the north and west. This is going to bring a system through the state very late last night into early this morning that could produce a little bit of snow activity in our far northeastern counties. Should be gone by about noontime, and then the skies will begin to clear. And temperatures will start to warm up as highs today will be in the 20s northeast to lower 40s in our southwestern counties. And as we move into Thursday, those 40s will move further into the state. 30s and 40s will be commonplace here across the state, and you better enjoy it because it may be the last time we see them for quite a while. As cold air starts to come back in, we have some moisture coming in from the south very late Thursday night into early Friday. Could produce a little bit of rain in our far southeastern counties or a rain-snow mix. Doesn't look to be too big of a problem as the system moves away here on Friday, but the cold air comes back, so by the weekend we're going to be talking about highs in the single digits and teens to around 20 and lows at or below 0 once again. Yay! You can see this Arctic high pressure starting to nose in, so the weekend, as I mentioned, is going to be fairly bitterly cold, but it's going to be fairly dry and there will be some sunshine, so it's going to look nice, it's just not going to feel too nice. As we go into here on Sunday, you can see the snow over the Great Lakes, the system moving up the East Coast. So we move into the new work week here on Monday. Still relatively cool, maybe a slight bit of moderation on Monday as the high pressure is starting to move off to our east. So temperatures will start to moderate as we move toward the middle of the week. But also with that, another storm system is going to be approaching here as we look into Tuesday with a little bit of snow activity. It doesn't look to be a big system at this point, but we'll keep watching it as we move forward. You can see here by next Wednesday, a system, fairly decent trough axis moving across the high plains and the Rockies, and this is going to bring us a system just south of the state. It could skirt our southern counties the middle of next week with a little bit of activity, but most of the precipitations should remain to our south. We have one storm slamming into Alaska and the west coast of Canada and the northwest of the United States, and that might be a system we have to watch because that could dislodge some more cold air in our direction. Going into the extended period around the 24th of January, we have another system over the south or the southwest moving into the southern plain states. A couple of systems across Canada and one just off the northwest coast. And with that system over the Rockies could produce a little bit of activity there, and it could bring a little bit of activity into our area maybe a day or two later. One big system over the Canadian Maritimes and another out along the west or just off the west coast. At the end of the forecast on the 28th, you can see a big vortex over the Canadian Maritimes. A couple of disturbances here and there, but our flow mainly coming somewhat out of the west. So that's going to mean temperatures a little more moderating after another big cold snap possibly preceding the storm that's over the Canadian Maritimes at this point, and more precipitation coming into the west where they desperately need it, and a disturbance over the south as well. Satellite image from last evening, you see the tropical moisture going across Mexico into the Gulf and into Florida. A lot of cold air across the Great Lakes and disturbances seemingly coming around it. A lot of cloudiness across the west coast. That's producing quite a bit of wintry weather out in the northwest, especially in the Cascades and into the northern Rockies. Winter weather issues across northern New England and a couple wind chill advisories across the Great Lakes and some frost and freeze issues across the Gulf Coast. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Sunday evening at 6 o'clock shows most of the precipitation will be east of the Mississippi or in the west where they desperately need the rain. Just fairly dry and somewhat cool around here after a few days of warmth.